going to do some just slower movements, some things to just get into our bodies. And we're also going to be using our intentions and our breath to just bring a state of calm and peace into our body and into our home. It's just really an important time to be focused on lowering the stress that inevitably is going to come up. So let's go ahead just standing up on our mat, and as you've been doing this entire week, tune in to your core, and let's just rock back and forth gently, heel to toe, just tuning into the balance between our feet and between our front and back of our feet as well. Nice. From here, bring your arms up high overhead, but squeeze your shoulders back as you do this. Be mindful of your shoulder position. Bring your palms to touch over your head. From here, gently bend over to the left, feeling a nice stretch through the right side of your body. And something I want you to be aware of here is that if you're bending over to the left from this position where you're already rounded forward, that's not ideal. I want you to really come up nice and tall and bend to the side from an upright posture. So we want to really work on nice. Come back to center. And same thing, let's reset, squeeze our shoulder blades back together and tuck into blueberry spine. Now gently rotate to the right, feeling a nice stretch through your right side body. Great job. And bring your palms in front of you. Bring your feet to touch. And I want to invite you to just do a little neck stretch with me right now to sort of alleviate any tension in the back of your neck. So I want you to take your flat palm and I want you to place it right below your collarbone and pull down a little bit below your collarbone and then lean your head back. Allow that to stretch out your front neck fascia. And then come back to center, place your palm below the left collarbone and gently pull the skin down over there and then lean your head back into the right. Feeling a nice stretch through the front of your neck. Nice. Come back. This time, place your palm underneath your right collarbone. Put your other hand on top of it, a little pull down, and then lean your head back into the left. And play around with the angle that your neck is going back at to see where you feel a nice, really good stretch. Good. Now from here, go ahead, one more time, bring the arms up high overhead. Bring your palms down through heart center. Let's go ahead and hinge our hips back, allowing our hands to come down towards our shins or our ankles or the floor, wherever you feel comfortable. Just starting my timer. And just hang out here for a moment. Clasp your hands on opposite elbows and just gently rock back and forth. Nice. Breathe into your belly and exhale. Feel that release through your glutes and your lower back. And then drop your hands down. Bend your knees, plant your palms below your shoulders, and step your feet back, coming into a tall plank. Option to come into a kneeling plank, of course, as always. From here, spin your elbows in towards your ribs, lower down halfway. Option to drop your quads right down onto the mat. Curl your toes under, bring your chest up and open, coming into upward facing dog. Oh, you know this one. You know this one. And then send your hips back and come into down dog. Pedal your feet out here, especially if your calves are sore. This will feel really good, very relieving to your calves. Really press your hips up and sink your heels down towards the mat. Nice deep breath in and out. Step your feet back forward to meet your hands. Come all the way back up. Arms sweep all the way back up. Open up through your abs and your core. Maybe give baby back bend, opening up through your arms, cactusing the arms out, arching your back, arching your neck, opening up. And then bring your arms back in front of you, palms at your heart, and just rotate to your left. Just your upper body. Rotate your upper body to your left. And then back to center. Rotate over to your right. And back to center. One more time both way. Over to your left. Now over to your right. Back to center. Bend your knees. Plant your hands down. Step it back to tall or kneeling plank. Spin your elbows in. Lower down halfway. Option to drop the knees at any point. Bring your body into an upward facing dog. And then send your hips back. Down dog. Once again, invite you to pedal your feet out if that feels good on your calves. Or just sink your heels down towards the mat, lifting through your hips, pressing through your finger pads. A couple nice deep breaths here. In through your nose, out through your mouth, exhale. One more. Nice job. Go ahead and lift your left leg, float it up into the sky, and then turn your knee up towards the ceiling without changing your hip position. Just open up through your left side body, feeling that stretch through your side obliques probably. Breathe. Enjoy the stretch. And then bring your knee back through, stepping it through to meet your hands. Drop your back knee down. Come into a kneeling lunge. And bring your body upright. From here, arms out, bring your palms together, and pivot again to the left. As far as you can go comfortably, feeling a nice stretch through your core, back to center, and then over to the right. As far as you can comfortably go, and you can look over your right shoulder, and then back to center. Nice job. Let's go ahead and sit it back onto our right heel, extending out through the left leg. And then bend your body forward. Your nose comes down towards your leg. Just a nice gentle stretch for your hamstrings. Don't go too far here. Just go to where it feels like a good hurt, right? So it's on that 1 to 10 scale. That's where we want to take our stretches to. 7 is your good hurt. 8 would be ow. So don't go to ow. Go to the good feeling. Nice job. And then let's walk it back forward and send your right knee back just a little farther. Come on up, arms up high overhead, and feel this really stretching through your right psoas and your right hip flexor. So if you just send your right knee back a little farther, so you're kind of doing an extreme looking lunge, you're going to feel a nice stretch through that right core. Arms up high, maybe do a tiny back bend here. Don't strain your back. Balance through that front foot. Nice job. And then we're going to come right back to center. Go ahead and lift up on your back right toe. Send your left foot back to meet it. Spin your palms into each other, lower down halfway, or drop your knees. Come on up to an upward facing dog. And then we're going to send our hips back high again. Pedal out those feet. And this time you're going to float your right leg up into the air. Turn your right knee up towards the sky without shifting your hip position. And allow your core on your right side to open up. You may or may not feel much here. And that's okay, just focus on the pose. Bring your right knee forward again and bring it through, stepping your right foot between your hands and drop your left knee down. flattening out the back of your foot, your left foot. Go ahead and come on up into a kneeling lunge, palms to touch, and we're going to start out by rotating over to the right. Nice deep breath in, and on your exhale, rotate back to center, and then rotate over to the left. Maybe you can look over your left shoulder, see how far you can comfortably go, feeling a nice stretch through your torso. And then back to center. Nice deep breath. Go ahead and send your left knee back a little farther so that you're in sort of an extended lunge position. Bring your arms up high overhead and gently lean back, feeling a nice deep stretch through your left hip flexor, maybe your psoas, which is one of your deep core stabilizing muscles. And I'll tell you, I felt it a lot more on my right side than my left side. And that's congruent with me having like differences in both sides of my body. It's very likely the same for a lot of you as well. Bring your arms down. Let's bring ourselves up onto that left foot, sending the right foot back to meet it. Spin the elbows in, close to your rib cage, lower down halfway. Spin your toes over, come into an upward facing dog. Open up through your chest. Send your hips high. Feel free anytime to do what feels good to you when you're in down dog. Maybe you just want to shift your hips around a little. Maybe you want to play around with seeing how far down you can drop your heels. Maybe you want to play around with your hand balance. Or you just want to keep stretching your calves. It's all good. Send your hips back just a little higher. Let's take another nice deep breath in. And exhale. We're going to send that left leg up high again. Bringing the knee through, stepping through. This time keeping your back knee up and coming back up into upward crescent lunge. Bringing the palms up overhead. Just breathe and be here in your body right now. Check in with your core. Is your back hyperextended? Let's tuck it under slightly. Focus on your hips. Is your right hip pulling you back and open? Let's keep them square in front of us. Arms up high. Bring your arms down to your sides. And then pivot your right foot back behind you, opening up to warrior two. Right hand reaches down for our back leg, gentle contact and pressure as we send our left arm up high, looking up over our left finger pads, feeling a nice stretch through your left side body. And then bring your left elbow down to your left knee, this time bringing your right arm up overhead, looking up over your fingers, feeling a stretch through your right side body. Come back up with control. Bring your right foot slightly forward. Bring your arms behind you, opening up through your chest, and then bow forward over your front left knee. Humble warrior. Just a couple breaths here. And come on back up. Open up through your chest, holding your hands together, just opening up. And it's okay if your hands are uncomfortable like that, just keep them back behind you and just open through your chest. And once again, we're going to bow forward. Couple nice deep breaths. And again, back up. One more. Open up through your chest, lean back, and then hinge it all the way forward again. Beautiful work. And come on up. You can release your hands. Allow your back foot once again to spin perpendicular to the back of your mat. Sink back into your warrior two. Arms come up. Straighten through your left leg. So both of your legs are now straight. Arms come down. Hinge forward towards the inside of your left leg. Coming into a triangle pose, opening up through your right arm and right shoulder. Hold and breathe. And then with control, come back up. Pivot forward, come back into your forward-facing lunge. Both of your feet are facing forward. And bring both hands down on either side of your left foot. Go ahead and step your left foot back to meet your right. Option to drop down to the knees. Spin your elbows in close to your ribs. Lower down halfway with control. Spin your toes under. Come on into upward facing dog. Nice deep breath. And send your hips back. Down dog. Once again, I invite you to do what feels good to you in down dog. Maybe you want to pedal those feet out. Maybe you want to press your hips back. Really deepen in that stretch. Nice couple deep breaths here. Breathe it in and then let it all go. Let's float that right leg up to the sky. And then bring your knee through, planting your foot down between your hands. And with control, hold on to something as needed. Come on up into your crescent lunge. Arms are up high over our head. Nice job. Find some balance here. You may want to adjust your foot position. Your feet may be too far apart, or they may need to be wider apart. Let's check in with our pelvis. Is our pelvis square, or is our left hip pulling us back? Let's keep those hips nice and square, facing forward. A little bit of core engagement here. Straight back through that leg. And we bring the arms down, opening up into warrior two. Back leg spins parallel to the back of our mat. We lunge through that front knee. Beautiful work. And then with control, take your left hand back towards the back of your left leg, reaching your right arm up. Gaze is over your right hand. Feeling a nice stretch through your right side body. Couple nice breaths here. And then bring your right elbow over to your right knee, bringing your left arm up overhead, keeping your chest open here. Don't rotate forward. Feel all of those things we worked on this entire week. Bring them into your yoga flow today. Opening up. Nice work. From here, we come up with control. We bring our left foot forward slightly as we pivot our hips back forward, bringing our hands to clasp behind our back. And then we bend forward, we bow forward, humble warrior. Opening up through your chest. And again, if it's not possible to hold the hands together, fly them open, just open through that chest. And with control, come back up, opening up through your shoulders again, opening up through your chest. Maybe you want to lean your head back because that feels good. And then once again, bow forward. Keep breathing. Check in with your foot alignment, with the balance between your 2 feet. And we come up again. Opening up through our chest, leaning back. One more, humble warrior. Come forward. Breathe in, breathe out. And we come back up. Bring your back foot once again perpendicular or parallel to the back of your mat. Straighten the arms out to your sides, open up through your chest, straighten that front leg. From here, just tip your body at the waist. reaching your right hand down towards the inside of your right foot, keeping your chest open here. You really don't have to go super far. Go as far as you feel like you can keep your form and your body open and upright. Nicely done. Come back up with control. Spin your left foot back, forward facing, so that you are once again in your forward lunge position. And bring your hands down on either side of your right foot. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Spin your elbows in to each other and lower down halfway. Flip your toes over, come into up dog. And then we're going to send our hips back again, down dog. Couple nice deep breaths here. I'm still pedaling out my feet because my calves are starting to feel a little bit better from doing that. Woo, they were so sore from all those sumos we've been doing. Sumo calf raise series. Woo, sending the heels down towards the mat. Let's step or jump our feet in to meet our hands. Come all the way up, palms pressed together. We lift up, tall mountain pose. And we bring our palms down, back to heart center. Sink your hips down, coming into Utkatasana or chair pose. Tuck your tailbone under, do your blueberry spine even as you're sitting in this position. Beautiful work. Bring your elbows in to touch each other and just hold this here. Maybe walk your feet in a little bit closer together. Just work on your form. Nice. And tuck that pelvis down. Up, bring your chest up. I know it's a lot to do. It's a very active pose. From here, come to standing and fly your arms back and open. Sit it all back down and bring everything back together, squeezing your elbows in, your palms to touch, tucking your tailbone. Come up, fly everything open, expand, and then tuck it all back in. Elbows touch, palms touch. We come back to our chair pose. Nice work. And again, up. And this time, arms big, wide up overhead. And down again, everything tucks in. Tuck it all in. Now on this one, as you fly your arms, you're also going to step your legs out to the left. So fly everything out and open, and then tuck everything in. And this time, step out to the right as you come open, and then tuck everything in. Again, to the left, and tuck it all in. And out to the right, and tuck it all in. One more each side. Expand, and then tuck. And your tuck, really curl it in. Press everything together, squeeze your core, and then expand open. Last one. Really nice work. All the way in. Tuck it in. From here, fly your arms back behind you. Pulse, keep your palms facing each other, and pulse your shoulders up. Check in. How is your chair sit pose? Can you be lighter through your front toes? Keep all your weight back in your heels. Check in with your core. Just keep pulsing your arms back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. Nice work. That one's a little tough, huh? All right. Arms up high overhead. Gaze up. Bring your palms down through your heart center. Hinge it forward. Bend all the way over. Notice if you're starting to feel like you have a little more flexibility in the back of your legs. Let's go ahead and pedal out those knees. Right knee bends, then left knee bends. And it's okay if you prefer to have your hands on your shins for this, or if you want them down on the mat, or just at your sides. Bending and bending, alternating our knees. From here, bend both knees, plant your hands down, step or jump it back to tall plank or kneeling plank. Drop it down to tabletop, coming to your knees. Extend your left leg out behind you. Extend your right arm out in front of you, holding this spinal balance. Gaze is in front of you. Don't look up or down. Bring your left leg out to the side, and then bring it in. Bring your right arm and your left leg out to the side, and bring them in, out, and in. Just a little challenge for your core. If you like, you can tap your toe down as you bring it out. Maintain that torso in a nice straight line. Keep your gaze neutral. Don't look down or up. Just a little challenge, a little stretch. Last one. Plant your hand and your knee back down. Hips go side to side. Extend your right leg out. Left arm out. Spinal balance. Just hold here. Set yourself up. Extend your right leg out to the side and bring it in. And again, now add the left arm. Left arm comes out as right leg goes out. In and out. In and out. And you have the option to tap the right foot toe down to the mat or floor each time you bring it out. Nice work. Just two more. Last one. Plant your hand down, plant your knee down. Hips go side to side. Just add in a little cat spine. Go ahead and look down between your feet. Press your back up towards the ceiling. Extend it up. And then fully release it. Arch your back. Go ahead and look up towards the ceiling. And then one more cat spine. Arch your back. Look down between your feet. And release, arching your back down towards the floor, your belly down towards the floor, looking up. And from here, go ahead and send your hips back up to down dog. Nice work. Do what feels good here. Float your left leg up. And then step it to the outside of your left hand, runner's lunge. And let's go ahead and just rock here a little bit, back and forth. Option to drop that knee down. That might feel nice and supported. And I want you to invite you now to let your left knee open up slightly into lizard lunge. And we're just going to rock back and forth. So you're just letting your knee fall out a little bit to the side, which is an incredible inner thigh stretch. Just do what feels good to you and feels supportive. And then stop and bring the sole of your foot down just right beside your left hand. Lift back up onto your right toe. Send your left leg back. You can walk your feet in slightly. Send your hips back for another down dog. Float your right leg up high. Step it to the outside of your right hand. And you can hang out here for a moment. And then feel free to drop the left knee down. Just kind of rock back and forth in this position. And then allow your right knee to sort of open up slightly to the side, which will be just a nice release for your hips and your inner thighs. And just rock back and forth, side to side. Good work. And you can release, stop. Let your foot be right next to your hand. Lift up onto your back toes. Send your right foot back to meet your left. And spin your elbows in close to your ribs. Lower down halfway. Flip your toes over. Come into upward facing dog. And then send your hips high again, down dog. Walk or step or jump your feet back forward, coming back up into tall mountain pose. And I want to invite you in this moment to just bring some gratitude into your heart bring some gratitude into your brain and your entire body. All of these places that we have control over, this vessel that we're in right now. I want you to just think about things that you have in your life right now that you are grateful for. And we're going to practice a 2x breathing technique that I learned from Emily Fletcher, the founder of Ziva Meditation, that really is amazing and super helpful. So if you'd like to, I invite you to sit down right now on your mat. Go ahead and come to a seated position. And you can leave your eyes open or you can close them, your choice. And we're going to breathe in for 2 through our nose, and then we're going to breathe out for 4 through our mouth. Okay? And it doesn't have to be 2 and 4. It could be 1 and 2. It could be 3 and 6. You may have a longer breath cycle than me. So I just want to invite you to do this now that we've just brought this state of gratitude into our present moment. So we're going to start out with just 2 breaths in through the nose. Sorry, not 2 breaths, 2 count. And then breathe out through your mouth for 4. Again. Out through your mouth for 4. Breathe in for 2, through your nose. And breathe out for 4. In for 2. Out for 4. In for 2. Out for 4. Now you're doing such a great job with that. Place your right hand on your belly and your left hand on your heart. And on this next in-breath for 2, I want you to feel your belly expand. So we want to be breathing in through our belly, which opens up our chest. So ready? We're going to start again. We're going to breathe in for 2. And out for 4. In for 2 through your nose. Out for 4. In for 2. Out for 4. Now I want to invite you to continue to do this breathing for another minute on your own. I'm going to do it with you. I just want you to go at your own pace. That was amazing. I could feel all of the really good energy from everyone, and that just makes me feel so calm, and it's such an easy practice to do.